Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the cards for today, the 22nd of February 2017. So we've got 222 today. And this is quite interesting considering the cards. You know what? I've just pulled these cards and I just shook my head not in disbelief because I have complete not a belief, but it's just like, wow, I really feel this tarot apocalypsis that I have. They're so powerful. Um, so 222, basically within angel numbers, it means trust and it means having faith. And I really feel we're going on a pattern this week. We're only 3 days in, but the messages are quite I don't want to say heavy, but they're quite, they're to the point, and it's these cards. They're amazing. Um, so right, okay, the card that we have today is, look at that card. I really, really wish that the energy of these cards could actually come across on screen. I hope that they do. I hope you get them. But this is literally, when I seen it, I almost felt a little bit dizzy, a bit lightheaded, but like in a fabulous way, when you're at that point where you've just had a little one too many and you feel like sort of a kick in. You're like, oh right, okay, yeah, this is nice, nice fresh feeling. So yeah, I'm sorry, I've got to go there. How many of you have been seeing double, triple, quadruple numbers at the moment? I've had so many people messaging me, and I've just looked there, and for some reason, on my computer behind me, it's just came up 1111, and I don't even know what the page is that's on, but that has just actually popped up there. So that distracted me. But yeah, I said there's magic happening. We've got the solar eclipse, and that just proves it. And we've got the 222 today as well. So, right, okay, back to the cards. Sorry, I went completely off point there. So, this card, absolutely just a gorgeous, gorgeous card. I love it. And it's the Fool. Now, we know that the Fool is zero. And within normal tarot, the Fool's jumping off the cliff and he's taken that leap of faith and he's starting again. Now, within this story of tarot, it's often called the Fool's journey. And what it is the Fool sets out on his journey, his first journey, and he meets all of these people along the way, like the magician, the high priestess, the empress, all of this. And this is all teaching us different aspects of life, and different things that will happen to us in life, because he experiences the tower, but then he knows the star comes after it. He finds that out. So it's a journey of life. So then the Fool gets to the end of the world, and then he starts again, and he thinks, right, I know everything. But he knows a bit, and he goes through, and he still experiences the same things, but he deals with them in a little bit of a different way. The third journey, which is the Fool's final journey, this is when he realizes that he knows nothing at all, and he knows that there is something bigger, but he knows that whatever he is presented with, he will get through it, because he's learned a lot of lessons, and he's learned to trust. And this is what's coming in. It's fabulous. Honestly, I'm really, really excited with these cards. So what we have in this card is we have a Sufi. And, this is, it's a form of Islam, isn't it? Yeah, form of Islam. And what this is based on, the fundamentals of this is absolute being, absolute light, absolute beauty, and absolute love. So these are the 4 principles. So the Fool, it's like you've been on your journey, you've gone through all of the shit, you've had the money, you've lost the money, you've had the love, you've lost the love, all of this. So you've been there, and you're now, this is saying, this awakening that people are going through. This is about them knowing that, it's not about the material sense and stuff like that. It's about your very being. It's about the light. It's about the beauty, and it's about the love. And that's what it is. This basically sums up, the world and what is truly important within the world as well. Too many people put too much focus on material stuff to gain their happiness. And, you know, it might make their life easier in some way, but it's never going to make them truly happy. Somebody said something to me the other day, and they said, you know, you're very lucky not to be able to own your house outright, you know, and you're in a really good position. And I know that. And every day I thank I'm grateful for it, and I'm thankful for it. But it cost me a price. You know, this was my mother's house, and I was left it when she was killed. So, you know, I would give this house back. I would give that material security back for one day with my mum, you know, to experience that love again. So, you know, it's like I say, yes, it's made me more financially secure, but, you know, it came with a price. So I know that doesn't make me happy. You know, it makes life easier, but it doesn't make me happy. And this is what has happened with the fool here. You know, the fool he's had it all and realized that, you know what, my true happiness is coming from a simple place. And he's got to this, within this card, he's got to this realization. And this is what I feel it is. This is a massive realization, you know. And like I say, this is it. We're breaking free here. And he's got to this realization through reflection and contemplation. So this is by looking back. Things are now starting to seem clearer as well. You know, there's sort of like a clarity coming, because when I'm looking at this, that behind looks like a giant crystal, you know. And I have a crystal upstairs, and it's a rose quartz one. It's all rough and it's really, really nice, and it reminded me of that. And a rose quartz is signified with love. So this is saying, you know, there's this clarity that is the most important thing. Now, within the Sufi religion as well, and the Sufi faith, Sufi faith, easy for me to say, they are a lover of truth. That is it. That is what they sort of worship, you know. So they by using love and by using their devotion, you know, this is what moves them towards the truth. Now, we've been talking about the truth. You know, that came out just 2 days ago. And what they get then is, you know, when they realize that, and they're a seeker of truth, and most of you watching this are seekers because you're looking for something, you're looking for that truth. And like I say, was it yesterday when it was like the cliff was parting and I was seeing grasp onto them little bits of the truth? And this is it. It's all becoming more apparent. And this is when you are heading towards perfection, and you are very near finding what you are truly seeking, you know. Because within this religion and within this faith, it's very, very linked with mysticism and with the esoteric way, you know, rather than sort of other traditions and other faiths. And this is sort of like about there's like mystical insights, you know, and psychological insights as well. This is when, you know, when we are connected to the divine and when they are connected to their God, this is when they start thinking in a different way. And this is when the ego dies and they lose their self or their sense of self. Now, this is what anybody who is experiencing the dark night of the soul, what this is actually the death of the ego. I've talked about this transition from the material world and into the spiritual world, and the struggle in sort of getting between the two, the struggle in the transition. And what the struggle is our ego dying. It fights back. It doesn't want to, you know, because our ego likes control. But when we start working through our soul, this is when, you know, we lose the ego. And we lose this sense of self, of who I'm supposed to be in order to be accepted and appreciated. We know that we are amazing beings, you know. We're amazing beings of light. We are amazing beings that are beautiful. And we are amazing beings of love. So this is what the dark night of the soul is. It's our transition from the old life and the ego into our new life and being like this, into our freedom, because that is just so free. And their goal is this mystical union with their God. And like I say, I don't like to use the term God in a religious sense, but it's to this higher power, it's connecting to them, and it's knowing that it is there, and it's trusting that it's there. And he's been through his path. This is his third time. And now he knows, he knows that everything happens for a reason. And he understands it, although he might not fully get it. He knows that he has to go through this, so he is giving up, he is surrendering, which is what we've talked about. He is surrendering it over to a higher power. And this is why he feels free, because he's taken any shackles and restraints that he had on himself, that he put them on when we are in the self. What we do is we imprison ourselves, and we are not free. We live in fear, or we live with our ego controlling us, thinking about what people think of us, or thinking about, what we should be doing. When you actually are free, you don't do that, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful card. I mean, it's almost like he's moving there, and they're bringing in here, it's like a purity, the white of his robes, it's like a purity. But then we've got the red, and the red is over his crown chakra and over his solar plexus here. So it's purity and security. He knows, he trusts, he knows he's safe, Now, like I say, the Sufi religion, what they do is they dance, right? So music is a massive part of this. And it's like whirling dervishes. This is what they are. It's a Turkish sort of sect. And their meditation comes through spinning and through music, So it's dancing and music and contemplation. And this is when they reach God. Bit like within Kundalini yoga, we shake a lot and stuff like that. And it raises our vibration. And this is what they use. They use music and they use dance. Now, what was funny yesterday was the card. And when I got this card, it came out. I wished I'd thought about it yesterday. I wish they'd brought it in then. But can any of you remember? It was an old song that they used to sing at school, and it was "I am the Lord of the Dance." And it's dance, dance, wherever you may be. And there's a line in that where it says, "It's hard to dance with the devil on your back." Now, yesterday was all about this devil, this control and stuff like that. And if we remember, we had the burden card where it was somebody on their back telling them what to do. And this guy has just thrown that off, So he's free here. And he's got rid of his ego, He's hearing the music. And what about, that those who were seen dancing were deemed to be insane by those who could not hear the music. He's hearing the music and he's dancing to it, and this is where his focus is, and this is when he is connected, and he is spinning. And the reason they spin, they go in like repetitive circles, and they just go round and round and round as a form of meditation, because this is sort of like, it's symbolic for like the planets, and it's symbolic for like spinning around the sun, the way the planets orbit around that, So this guy hasn't got a care in the world. He's dancing, he's hearing the music. He's not bothered that he's on the top of that cliff, because he has grace and he knows that he is safe, So this is the fool, very different to the normal fool, but I'm loving this. This is a deeper. I said these cards are mesmerizing. There's something about them, and they go deep. They go way, way deep. Very, very spiritual. Now, within Fight Club, the fabulous book, but also a great film. And one of the lines within that is, "It's only after we've lost everything that we are free to do anything." And this is it, He's free. And it's funny, anybody that knows me, my funeral song is Free Bird. I love it, and that's it. Because, you have, there's a freedom comes in when you find your wings. And this guy, it's almost like he's flying, But he's trusting in the universe, and he knows that he's free now, and he's not tied down by material stuff or whatever. He's now going to live the life that he was born to live, and it's such a beautiful, and there's so much, like, there's a real clarity. What I'm getting with this is, like, when you're on holiday and you feel the warmth, this is it. It's such a warm card. There's a lovely warmth, and it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. There's a grace with this as well, so this is about being graceful, being poised, being ready for this new life, because this is what we've been working towards all this time. This is it, the freedom to do whatever you want. It's fabulous. I love it. It's bizarre, even the way I'm talking with these cards, because I'm talking in a completely different way to the way I normally talk. And I'm conscious of this, it's coming, and it's in little short segments. And it's like, that's it. That's all that's needed to be said. So yeah, it's very bizarre. Every tarot deck I have speaks to me in a different way, but these are like, you know what they're like? They're sort of like a Zen master in some way. There's this just a gentleness coming with them. They're making statements. There's no big fuss. There's no big yeah. This is what's happening. There's a mellow calmness, and I absolutely love it. So the Osho card that goes with that one is trust. And look, the guy's floating again. He's flying. This is what I can't believe, how these cards coincide with each other. It's just it's bizarre. I love it. And this is the Knight of Water, which is the Knight of Cups within traditional tarot. And this knight, what I find different is, within tarot, the knights all have armor on of some sort, and he doesn't. He's got no armor on, And the Knight of Cups is somebody who is ready to go after what's in his heart, ready to go after what he wants, So it's often the messenger. So, like I say, this is about going out and grasping what it is that you want, because he is not wearing any armor. He's not prepared to fight. He's not preparing for battle here. He is floating, and he's floating through the air with the greatest of ease, the magnificent man in the flying trapeze. Why are they singing that to me? What's that song of? It's the circus song. Through the air with the greatest of ease, the magnificent man on the flying trapeze. Yeah, right, okay, that's strange. But he has shown no fear here, and there's a lovely feeling coming in with this, and it's a freedom, and he is just going with what is, He can't really see what's ahead of him here, and it's like he's left the past behind, so, and he's not carrying any baggage. This is it, and this is how he's free, and he's surrendering because he trusts, and he's prepared to take that leap of faith. Exactly like the Fool here, Now, within this as well, they're bringing in trust, and trust is, it's a small word, but it's a huge word. It's a very, very powerful word, and trust is something that most of us have at one point. A lot of us lose it, but, it's about regaining it back, and we can lose trust in an instant. If somebody is distrustful towards us, it's, can we ever really get it back? And I feel this is trusting in the universe. But like I say, this is trust, because when we trust somebody, what we do is we give them so much. We open ourselves up fully to them, we become vulnerable, because when we are trusting somebody, we are vulnerable. We are trusting them with our heart. We open our heart to them, we open our ideas to them, our hopes, our dreams, So when that trust is betrayed, it's not that it's just our idea of the person that's betrayed it that is shattered. It's a little bit of the idea of us, because it's like, we tend to not trust our own judgment as well. And like, how did I not see that? So, there's, as a knee-jerk reaction to this, or to any sort of betrayal, what can sometimes happen is we shut ourselves off, and we put these walls up, and, we don't trust again. But that is, that's wrong. If somebody has betrayed your trust, the issue is with them, not with you. You keep your heart open. Surrender to what will be, because as I've said, everything happens for a reason here. Nobody comes into your life by chance, even if they have hurt you and betrayed your trust. All you have done, is you've trusted. You've done what you should have done. And, this person has just maybe showed you their true colours and showed why, then they're not meant to be in your life, So they've freed you in a way, and they've given you that gift, because you don't really want to be around somebody who you can't trust or you can't fully be open with, because you will then always be frightened. Will they do that again? That fear of betrayal's there. Because remember, fear is something that we've learned. So we have learned, all right, okay, so if somebody has made us distrustful or they've abused our trust, then, there will always be that fear that it will happen again, because it's happened once, and like I say, everybody deserves a second chance, and second chances are coming in with the other card, but I feel with trust, my mum used to say to me, the best way to see if you can trust somebody is trust them, and they will show you eventually, and I just think that actually speaks volumes, it's a very special thing, and it's not to be taken advantage of. And this person in this card has probably had their trust abused at some point, because all of us have. I don't think there's anybody that will go through life who hasn't had their trust taken away at some point or not, But instead of being fearful here, he is ready to take that leap, He's regained his trust in the universe, and he's regained his trust in others, and he's regained his trust, most of all, in himself. Because we've got the blue here, we've got the pink. These are really, really healing. There's a lot of healing coming in with this, He hasn't allowed himself to be tainted, and he's kept his innocence. And this is when he is going to get his abundance, because, even though his trust has been betrayed, he is still prepared to trust. Okay? So Osho's interpretation of this is, don't waste your life for that which is going to be taken away. Trust life. If you trust, only then can you drop your knowledge. Only then can you put your mind aside. And with trust, something immense opens up. Then this life is no longer an ordinary life. It becomes full of God. It becomes overflowing. When the heart is innocent and the walls have disappeared, you are bridged with infinity, and you are not deceived. There is nothing that can be taken away from you. That which can be taken away from you is not worth keeping, and that which cannot be taken away from you, why should you be afraid of it being taken away? Because it cannot be taken away. There's no possibility of it. You cannot lose your real treasure. So it's such a beautiful card. I'm just, like I say, there's a real lightness coming, and I think this is like baggage being just dumped and feeling free, feeling like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I've got this freedom, and I'm just going to do it because this is what my life's about. I want to dance. I want to hear the music. I want to meditate. I've had my contemplation. I've had my reflection, and now I know exactly what it is that I want, So we then go on to the Colette Baron Reid card, and this is Regeneration. And this again is a beautiful card about coming out of the darkness and into the light. And this is what this week's been about. The magic is starting again. Look at the twinkles, look at them. And it's like this is sort of like, it's coursing through your veins again, and it's coming out, and it's ready to rise again. And this is it. And it's, it's taking the time, and it's regeneration. It's building up again, like I say, from a grassroots level, taking root again, and something that within this, it talks about second chances as well. And it's like things that you thought were dead in the water, things that you thought had died off, if they can sprout again, but they can sprout stronger, you know, because they've been through it and they know now what to expect. You know, the fool's journey. So something that you may have deemed that you'd lost or that was a failure in some way, you know, is about to be replaced. But this could be with something stronger, with something better, you know, and something more powerful, but more roots. There's more roots here, you know, so it's assured. And this is saying, step happily into this new life, you know, because destiny is waiting for you. And there's a wondrous, wondrous feeling coming with this, you know, and it's saying there's like, you know, there's love after loss, you know, and it's like, there's this energy coming, and it's this energy is building back up again. So if you felt depleted, if you've been, like I say, when I talked the other day about being on the bottom, but knowing that there's hope, this is about it starting to come alive again, you know, and it's like, it's sort of, you can feel this, you can feel this emerging again, you know, and it's like love is rising up to meet you here. This is what it's saying, you know. You know, when I said in the beginning that this is about being, this is about, you know, traveling light, being the light, living the light, you know. This is about seeing beauty in the simple things, because you have seen the darkness. And it's like the light is coming on now again. The light is shining on you, and, you know, the magic is there, and this is promoting your growth. But this growth is new, it's regenerated, you know, it's beautiful, it's sprouting. You know, there's new life here, and there's love as well. So this is what is our fuel. This is what fuels us, and this is what will allow you to rise again, you know, free, being free to love. Free love. I don't want to say like all these, sorry, this is what they're bringing in there, but I don't want to say like, yeah, you know, the 60s was all about free love, but, you know, I think that was taken advantage of in a few ways. But this is it, you know, it's about, it is free, you know, it doesn't cost anything, you know, it is free and we have it. And once we use this as our currency, this is when, you know, we can dance with life. So look at the colours on that, man. It's just, you know, they're changing all the time. Can you see that? They're absolutely wonderful, wonderful card. Right. Okay, what am I getting here? Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. Yeah, look at that. He's got that. Shepherd. Why have I seen shepherd? Yeah. Looking after the flock, yeah, that's right. Okay, you know what? These are bringing quite a lot of religious connotations in, which is quite unusual for me, because that isn't the way that I normally read. But I'm really liking where they're going with it. I feel within a lot of religion there's control, and I think that's what I'm more against than religions. It's the control element. But when we strip it down to the bare roots and the grassroots of it, all religions basically focus on the one thing, which is love. But then man gets it, and man rewrites it, and man rewrites it again, and rewrites it again, and changes it in order to get control. But I feel, yeah, all religions come from the basic practice is to love, and that is what's coming through with that. So I hope you like those cards. I said I was excited for these. They're amazing, you know, absolutely amazing. So please let me know if you like them. There is a very different edge to my readings this week. I'm feeling it, but this is the way the messages are coming through. So I have just got to go with it. But I'm really loving these. You know, I really, really am. I hope you are too. So please let me know. You know, I love the comments. I did manage to message a lot of you back today. But yeah, I'm dying to see what's out tomorrow. And then we've got the solar eclipse. So, you know, who knows where that's going. But it's like trusting and surrendering, you know. And this is it. This is such a wonderful feeling coming through. I really hope that you're feeling a little bit of it. You know, it's like, yeah, there's yeah, just like breathing, everything's just simpler. There's a simple light feeling. So sorry, I'm trying to get what I'm I'm feeling here. There's a lot of spirit around. I always, I the spirit are there when I start to move my hands like this. But I've gone on for 30 minutes now, and I could probably go on for hours because they're there, and it's this. I'm getting this warmness. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the tingle. And yeah, feeling the lightness and the freedom. So sorry, I'm going to stop now because I'm completely rabbiting. I'm only trying to explain what is coming through here, but you get the gist anyway. Anybody that would like a reading with me, please get in touch either via my Facebook or via my website. The links are below. And just stop for a second today and feel it. That's it. Stop for a second, like I say, see the beauty in simple things. See the light that you are inside of you. Feel the love that is there. And just, relish in your being, I think, yeah. Yeah, relish in your being. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow with the cards of today. Sat Nam.